Hey guys, today I am going to be going over one of the clips that from one of the games that me and Lakin played. We um we lost this game. This is one of the games we lost, but that's kind of the best time to go over one of your clips. The best time to go over one of your clips is one of the games that you lost, so you can see why you lost and you can learn from it. This is going to be mainly a teaching of how to go over your clips, what you should be looking for, so that you can go over clips yourself. But I'm also just going to be going over this clip um, for myself to help me out, and then maybe you guys will see like, oh, this is what I should be looking out for. So it doesn't really matter. You can go into player view of yourself. Player view is really good. Fly is also a really good mode, and the only reason fly is such a good one is just then you can see where like everybody is on the field. So from this position, I can see where Lakin is, and I can see where the other team is, and that kind of helps so that when I'm watching the game, I know where my team is, and then I can also make decisions like, oh, maybe I should not have gone for the ball there because he was right behind me. When in the player view, I wouldn't have known that. Even if you can't see your teammate in player view, like let's say I was in player view here, if I can't see Lakin, I should be communicating with him and checking constantly, trying to figure out where he is on the field so that I can make decisions myself because you don't want to be making decisions without knowing where your teammate is and how they're going to be ready. So anyways, let's start this game off. I go for the kickoff. Lakin goes to the left. That's good. I hit the kickoff. Lakin's already coming up here, so I'm going to turn back. Make sure that he can get the hit. This is good so far. I kind of come up. So you can see right here, I've already made a decision right here. So the ball's coming up to Sniper Skin. I'm pushing up. Lakin's already there. Lakin can challenge this. Um, and so one of the decisions that happens here is it goes towards both of us here. I'm coming up from the midfield because I think this should be my shot. Lakin's going to pressure this because he's got a closer pressure. And then right when the shot gets taken, Lakin's just not able to, just misses the ball. And I turn around, and now you can see we're in an awkward position where we're rotating at the exact same time. And this happens a lot in me and Lakin's games. This is something that we've noted out, is rotating at the exact same time is not a good idea. You want to keep your rotations like rotation, 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 instead of both rotating at the same time, because now we're in a position where one of us has to get to the net, and the other one has to pressure here like that. And now it's just awkward. I'm trying to keep it to the other end. They're getting ready for it. The other team's ready for it, but Lakin was there, so that was good. And then we're just back into regular positioning. Right here, it gets kind of awkward. Um, I'm too close to the ball in this position. I got too far up, and that's not good because now since he hit it, I have to back up, and that makes it really awkward for me. So maybe like in a future scenario, I shouldn't push up that much, and that'd be good to combat that. But this is looking pretty good now. Me and Lakin are kind of pushing up together. Lakin's got it there. I'm coming up mid. I'm waiting mid. Lakin just pushes it in. He scores that goal there. So in that position here, I am playing midfield a lot. I see that he's going for it, so I'm going to just keep turning around here until I see I have a position, but he's able to score it. So that was good. Um, Next face-off happens. Okay, Lakin gets it. I'm midfield. I take the pass, almost shoot it in. I think they're able to save this. Yeah, they are. Lakin's ready, though. So that's something good on Lakin's part. As you can see here, the ball is pretty much going to go in. But even though we are like super sure it's going to go in, Lakin's already ready just in case it doesn't. And that's why he's in that position right there. He's ready just in case it doesn't. I'm waiting at midfield. The reason I'm waiting at midfield here is because I see that Lakin's still in their zone and he's going to be getting closer to the ball as he is here. If I was gonna pressure the ball and Lakin was still there, what would happen is if I missed that ball, he could easily push it forward, and now me and Lakin are in their zone, and he's got a free goal right here. So I've got to make sure that he doesn't get it past me because Lakin's up. So now Lakin's coming back. I'm gonna turn around here because I see that Lakin's coming back. This could have been faster, right here. I turned around. I could have just gone straight for it, but I decided to turn around, and that made it a lot slower of a rotation, which wasn't good. I should have just gone for the ball there. But needless to say, I'm pressuring the ball. I see Lakin's going for it. I'll give him the ball. Now I can come up because we've got possession of it. I'm going to wait at midfield for the boost here. I'm going to go for this shot, which is good, making it quick. Lakin stays in. Not to pick out Lakin for it, but something that Lakin could have done better here is after he saw that this was a light touch here, and he saw that since I was in midair, I was going to have a bad recovery. He had two choices. He could have pressured this and made it hard for this guy to get, or he could have come back. I would have played it safe here, but as we see, he pressures it. And the reason I would have played it safe is because since he got it past him, watch, now we're both in this corner here, and all Sniper has to do is get a free shot in the net. But Lakin just could have turned around before pressuring and come back here. But we see here, Lakin actually does have the recovery and is able to get back in time, which is good. So it all works out in the end. We make the save after Lakin misses, which is good. Good save made. Now we're in this position. This is really awkward here. We're both not really sure who's going to go for the ball after this because I had a bad recovery. And so now we're just trying to both get the ball at the same time, which is not very good. But we're able to take it back. We should just stay out of those awkward positions because those awkward positions can be really bad. Again, I'm waiting at the midline. Lakin passes. I try and take the shot. I get a bad recovery, which isn't the best. And in this position here, it's not very good because I've just got a bad recovery and they're pushing it back. I think Lakin makes it back in time, as you can see here, which is good. But being careful of those situations, there wasn't necessarily something done wrong. It's not like I shouldn't have tried going for the pass for the shot. It's just being careful that everyone has their recoveries ready because that could have been bad if me and Lakin didn't get our recoveries in time. This is pretty bad. I'm pretty close to Lakin here. I should go wide and take it from mid. But here I have an opportunity, so I'll take it. Lakin goes around mid. Lakin's going to get the boost first, which is good, but now he's in this awkward position where he's facing backward, and they could easily take it from him here. But they give him enough time to turn around, so that's good. And they hit it up. Lakin's going for far boost. That's a questionable play. He could have turned around and let me take the ball. I think what he's trying to do here is he's trying to cheat, which means that he's going to stay in their zone and hope for a pass from me. So, like, if I boom it, I could have passed it up. But he sees now that right after he gets the boost, this guy gets it past me. He demos, which is nice, giving us both time. But now we're both in this corner here, and we both don't know what to do with it because we were both on the same rotation. We were both on the same play here. Watch. We're both a part of the same play, which makes it bad because now we both want to go for the ball. And so now we had to... He kind of saw I was going for it, so he let me take it. I'm in a bad rotation, so he kind of turns around, waits for the shot, gets it good. I'm kind of coming up now. So a big thing is just staying out of awkward situations, no matter what the cause is, which is something we have to be very clear of. He lets me take the ball. I take the ball. I see that he's kind of way back here, and I see that if I play aggro to the ball, I have a better chance of getting to it than he is. So I try and hit it again. I'm still on the ball, so I'm going to keep playing pressure. I give him a decent pass here, but he was still back a bit, so maybe one thing he could have done was just be a little bit more like closer to the midline then, because it wasn't exactly like he just couldn't get, like he just missed it, but he couldn't get there in time because he was too far back. So maybe something there could have been he played up more. But as you can see, he was reading the ball, but it was good because I was there. I'm playing on this ball here. Here I should have turned back quicker. I tried playing it up, but I should have turned back quicker. But it's good because I turned back right here. And the Lakin goes. I should have just been careful there. Here was a very tough one, and one we should have communicated, because as you can see, Lakin's playing back here while I'm rotating to back post. And in this situation here, the ball comes right in between us, and again we have that same scenario where we both don't know who's going for it because we're both trying to be a part of the same play. And since we're both a part of the same play, we get it. It works out because we get it into their zone, but we weren't able to capitalize on the shot. And now we're in an awkward position again. Lakin's just trying to play aggressive. As you can see there, I just try and get to back post. Now I'm playing aggressive because I'm hoping Lakin will be back in time, and it works out. We get the clear. Right here, he gets it past me, meaning Lakin should be back. Lakin plays aggressive, just misses the ball there. And now it's just we're in an awkward position again where we're just trying to take turns and try and clear the ball. And right here we get it, but again, we're part of the same play on the landing here. So these are situations that are definitely dependent on your team. And what's going on, because in this scenario my thought process was I've already hit the ball, I'm right there for the ball, this is my play to make. Lakin's thinking probably that he's got a better angle to clear it. As you can see here, if I hit the ball on my landing, if I hit that, I'm going to be hitting it forward, and that makes it a really good pass if Sniper goes midfield. If he hits it, he's hitting it out to the edge there, and that's going to make it hard to get a shot off of that, and it's going to make it easy to push up. But we still don't really know what's happening because we weren't really communicating it. We both thought it was each other's ball because we were on the same play. It works out in the end because we get the clear, but as you can see, they were able to return it. I was back in time, but just staying out of that awkward position would have been a lot better. I miss it here. I play aggro. Lakin's going to the post, which is good. He should have maybe played back post here. Oh, I accidentally went to soft attach. That's my bad. He should have maybe played back post here, but he goes to front post instead. It doesn't really matter because their shots weren't really big enough threat, but just something to be sure of. I passed it. He's taking the pass his own direction. Doesn't really matter. That's all good. He misses it here. I should have probably gone up here. Definitely something for me is when I saw that he missed it here, I should have just played straight up. But instead, I turned around. Even though I saw him coming back, I still turned around, and I definitely should not have done that because now I've given Fear a lot of time to do what he wants. And I still get it past him in the end here because he's playing a little slower for this team, but I still should have definitely done that. I get awkward in the corner here. I'm hoping to back pass it, but Lakin turns around here. So another thing, Lakin's at midfield. He sees it's awkward for me, so he turns around, and it wasn't really anyone's fault because it's definitely like 100%. If you see someone awkward on the field and you know the other team's going to make it before you can, yes, definitely play safe. But just something to keep aware of is like I was passing to him. He didn't know that, but we could have definitely communicated that. That was probably on me. I could have communicated that. Anyways, we got demoed here, and I was able to score. I'm just trying to see this. I definitely think Lakin could have played back. He could have come straight back. There was not like I could have definitely avoided the demo. That was on me there. And like one thing you have to know is when it comes to getting scored on, it's everyone in the team's fault. It's never, oh, it was your fault. It was everyone in the team's fault. It was not, oh, you missed the save, so you got scored on. Because the rest of the team had to have the ball get deked past them if they had proper rotation. And so you see here that, yes, it was my fault when we got scored on because I could have definitely avoided getting demoed here. But Lakin definitely could have had a faster rotation back. And not pinning this on Lakin or anything like that, but it is always good to make sure you know. So he had a bad recovery there, which gave him a slow rotation back, and that's why we got scored on, is because we both messed up there. And that's definitely something you have to be sure of, is like you never know, even if it's accidents. So I go for the left boost here. Lakin misses the kickoff, and here I get just completely deked on. So in that situation there, again, you always want to find out what was wrong with the team here. So Lakin got a really weak kickoff here, which led them to take it there. And so I was the only one back, and I just got absolutely destroyed. I definitely should have hit that. I completely missed it, so something I should work on is working with my 1v1-on-1s and how people rotate back. That's something I need to work on. But again there, it's like it was never just my fault. It was always going to be both of the teammates' fault because the ball had to get past both of us in order for them to score. So we'll see again. I go for the kickoff. Lakin cheats it. Lakin comes back, and they take the shot. So in this situation, again, we got scored on 3 times here. We got destroyed in this game. I messed up the kickoff a bit. I didn't win the kickoff. It gave them a really good pass here. This was a very hard shot for Lakin to make. And again, even though it is both of our faults, maybe it's like really hard for someone to do something, and that's completely fine. This was a very hard shot for Lakin to save because the guy was going up for a quick play. Learning how to shadow defend would be very helpful in this scenario. If Lakin was a little quicker, he could have saved that, but I'm not gonna, like, obviously it's both of our faults here, but this was I have to give it to him. This was a very hard shot to make. You'd have to be good at shadow defending, but you'd also have to have really fast reflexes. Like, he would have had to be up there pretty quickly. So, yes, he could have been better at shadow defending, but, like, it was still a very hard shot to make. So just learning how to be better at shadow defending, doing your kickoffs better. That was a really bad kickoff for me. I gave them a really good pass. Anyways, we see here, we got a decent kickoff. I was up for it because I cheated. We almost had a shot there. Maybe me in the air there learning how to get lower aerial shots. That would have been really good because I've been hitting the crossbar a lot recently. Something that I've seen in myself. So definitely be careful of those kind of things. Point them out. So I should be going for lower shots instead of trying to go for high aerial shots. I'm playing back here because Lakin's playing up. I'm going to play off the wall there. I give them a really good pass here, so maybe my wall angles need some work here. The angles that I get off the wall, I definitely need to be aware of, and I need to keep an eye out for, because those I give them a lot of passes off those. I take the pass here. Maybe not the best idea to take this pass here. You guys can see Lakin's already got possession of it, which means there's no reason for me to intervene in this play and take it from Lakin. That would put us both off. But instead I do, and my process here was, if I hit it, I can get this angle before Lakin does and get a possible passing opportunity in front of the net or into the corner right here, right? And that was my thought process. I definitely could have and maybe should have waited. We'll see how it turns out in the play, though. I'm right corner. Lakin's there for it. Lakin misses. I miss. We both get the save. So it definitely still worked out for us, but it could have easily gone wrong. And that's something you always have to be careful of, is maybe it went good, but what was the probability of it going wrong is something you need to be careful of. Because now we're both on the same rotation again here, because we were both on the shot. I'm able to turn it around. Lakin's got the opportunity here, but we don't have enough aggression here. And even with our rotation and hitting it back, their defense was a little too good on that play there. And just because of their defense being very aggressive and hitting it out, we weren't able to get a shot there, but we were still able to play with decent rotation in the end there. Decent rotation in the past, last 10 seconds, I think, of that match. We'll see. Just here we played with good rotation. After we were in this awkward zone, I hit it back. And then he I tried going for the shot again. Lakin goes for the shot again. I turn around while Lakin comes back. This was all pretty good. It's just we didn't have enough aggression there, or shot opportunities, or shot placement to do it. So there was a lot to work on in this game, but there always is so much to work on. You might think, oh, I made a couple mistakes. I made a mistake right before they scored. I made a mistake right before I missed the shot, right? It's no, even if things work out, there are so many mistakes that you make during a game. They're just constantly things you have to work on. There might be little tweaks, like maybe I was a little too close to him during the play. If you were wider, you don't know what that could have. If you were wider, he could have passed it, and you could have been right there to score that, and that could have been just a goal. In one small mistake, it could have been a goal. So you always want to be very nitpicky with your mistakes and trying to point them out, because I saw just from that video, I shoot aerials way too high. I play way too close to Lakin. I hesitate way too much on the ball. I always turn around when I should be playing up when I see Lakin coming back. I need to work more on my consistency for hitting the ball. There was a lot of missed balls there that we could have definitely done. I should have communicated a lot more with what we're hitting and stuff like that. There's just so much stuff that I should work on. So really diving into those and taking them apart is very important. And yes, this video is 18 minutes long, but you should be spending 10 minutes on every replay. And I know I was going through and explaining each one, so it took longer, but you should be spending about 10 minutes on every replay, dissecting it and making sure you know what you did wrong. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you guys at least learn what to look out for when watching replays. And I hope it helped you guys learn how to watch out for replays yourself.